The intelligence agencies and even citizens for that matter need to play a very important role.
Even influencers can also be used for covert operations.
They have already been used. We are in the process of setting up an AI studio.
You of course cast Sushant Singh Rajput as Dhoni.
He was at a very awkward stage.
Saiyami has brought audiences back to the cinema.
This has been the age-old dilemma. What do audiences like? Now with the younger audience, we'll need to be a little more clear about, not going by what people or pundits claim as trend.
Neeraj Pandey, welcome to CNN News.
Thank you so much.
Neeraj sir, Special Ops has a dedicated fan base. How do you feel about this overwhelming positive response to Special Ops 2? People are binge watching it and demanding a season 3 so quickly.
It feels great. I mean, first of all, we are extremely grateful for the response that we've got from our audiences. You want your story to reach to as many people as possible, so it's humbling, and at the same time it's extremely gratifying. And I mean, you don't really think of too many things when you're making a series, or like when you're filming season 2 of it and all that. The idea at that point of time is just to enjoy the whole process and work diligently towards delivering a story. So it feels nice for the entire team.
What in your opinion resonated strongly with the viewers?
You don't sit and dissect it that way, that okay, this resonated or that resonated, because while you're writing the entire thing, you are trying to make it as identifiable as possible, the whole storyline. So you have the arc which is set and rooted in today's times. You're talking about digital currency, you're talking about digital fraud, you're talking about the threat that comes from that particular domain and world. You're also talking about it in personal context as to what people go through when they face something like this. So you want the story to be relatable, identifiable, which is why you set it in today's world, in our world, so to speak. So I just think that that's what and how it should be done. You don't think okay, we'll put this so that this can leave an impact, or you can't design it that way.
Special Ops 2 pivoted to the timely and relevant theme of AI.
Right.
What inspired this shift?
Again, you're talking about it now, and the writing started about 3 years back. So we didn't even know at that point of time when it's going to get released and how strongly it would resonate with the audiences. But you take a punt. You take a punt on an idea, on a thought that okay, this is how the world is going. And then you try and integrate it to the world of writing, whatever that you're doing at that point of time. So we're looking at a subject that we wanted to deal with in season 2 of Special Ops. We wanted the stakes to be more contemporary, because season 1 was about the 19-year manhunt that we had done. 1.5 dealt with Himmat's backstory. So now it was time to deal with something which is very contemporary, which is set in today's world. And what better topic than what we have right now.
How challenging was it then to portray such a complex and often invisible threat, AI, effectively on screen?
That's a very good question, because this is what we faced when we were writing it. कि हम कितना बैठा देंगे दो लोगों को कंप्यूटर के सामने and get them to explain it to the audiences. So to deal with that and to format it in a manner where it becomes exciting for the viewers to watch. Everybody knows that digital fraud is happening over laptop or phone, or it's happening with 2 people sitting in 2 different time zones maybe, and all of that. But to deal with a larger threat, to find what a larger threat could be in today's world, and that's where I have to mention that I spoke to Amit Dubey, who's one of the closest people that we have when it comes to research of this nature, and he opened a completely different world for us. So and then we kept on dealing and talking to other researchers and other experts as well. So all of them sort of had a massive hand in what you see today.
Now today wars are also fought online. How do you think social media trends can affect a special operation?
It's already done, and I mean when we had the attacks, the Taj attacks, you know how digital transmission itself became a big hindrance. So yeah, it's always going to be a huge challenge, and that's where I believe that the intelligence agencies and even citizens for that matter need to play a very important role in understanding what is the difference between national security and a cheap thrill, if I may use that word. So it falls on both sides. ऐसा नहीं कि मतलब we can just delegate that responsibility to someone and then expect that we are free of that responsibility. It doesn't work that way.
Does that also mean that even influencers can also sort of be used for covert operations?
They have already been used, haven't they? So I mean, in what we see in recent times, there's been something that is being investigated as we speak. So I mean, what can happen is simply something that is already getting tapped by someone. Let's understand that one bit very clearly. मैं और आप जो बात कर रहे हैं अभी, कोई उससे आगे की सोच रहा है, तो we'll have to respect that crisis. Yeah.
You know, some reviewers felt that ensemble members like Karan, Tacker, Saiyami, Kher and Muzamil Ibrahim were underutilized in Special Ops 2. What would you like to say about that?
Different people will feel different things. I mean, for us, the idea was not to utilize a particular character. The idea was to tell a story effectively. And an ensemble will always work this way when you've got a long ensemble as we had in this season, that somebody will not get that kind of screen time, but that doesn't mean that the other person is underutilized. There's a definite job that character has to play in that season, and that I feel we've done justice to. Yeah.
You know, since Special Ops has often been inspired by real events, like including Parliament attack and 26/11, how do high stake operations inspire your storytelling?
You answered it yourself. I mean, the reality of our times inspires us to take such topics. So whatever is going around, whatever is how the world is getting shaped, we root our stories in that. It can't be one specific incident or the other, but yeah, I mean, you have to understand that it's a story that you're weaving at the end of the day. So if you're doing a film, it's a 2-hour narrative. If it's a series, it's going to be a 7-8 hour narrative. So it entirely depends on what you're dealing with.
So that means, could an operation like Operation Sindoor be part of Special Ops in future?
I mean, what could be is something that we are not talking about right now. Season 3, when it goes into pre-production and writing, that is the time when we are going to be evaluating all the options that are in front of us and the writers. Yeah.
You know, your stories carry emotion but never tap into melodrama. Is that a conscious choice?
So there is not too much of anything. If you look at what we do over here, there's not too much of anything, I would say, when we are doing anything at Friday. I believe we believe in compelling stories. We have it's inbuilt, the filter, and for such things. So we don't tend to overemphasize.
Are you saying is your approach is always to keep things focused on the mission and less on the melodrama?
No, it just means that मुझे आपसे बात करनी है तो जितना मुझे बोलना चाहिए मैं उतना ही बोलूँगा ना. So I mean that's the approach we have.
You know, in Special Ops 2, you used long tracking shots. What role do they play in your storytelling?
It depends at what point of time you are using that tool. These are tools. I mean, people make a lot of noise about certain way of filming and all of that, but at the end of the day, you have to understand that there's a reason why there's a close, there's a mid, there's a long, and there's a reason why the camera moves in a certain way. It could be to define the world at that point of time. It could be for something else. So it's just the ask of the moment, primarily. Yeah.
You know, when you're depicting government or intelligence operations in worlds like Special Ops, how do you ensure that your narrative remain neutral and don't take any sides?
It's not difficult at all, because it's that particular character it's that particular situation, and my job is to be unbiased towards what that character is doing. So the writer in me takes care of it. It's not a
Has
different
there
one.
been a situation where you had this confusion, like, you know, if we do this, this could look like you are pandering to?
No, never.
No. You know, it's 15 years to your film Baby. You also have written Naam Shabana and now Special Ops. What specifically draws you to the world of espionage thrillers?
It has to be when I started Baby, I can tell you from that point, because I mean, whatever reason and the pull would have been, would originate from that point of time, and that was clearly to tap into stories about these unsung heroes जिनके बारे में कोई बात नहीं करता है, and nobody has a clue about, and they are the ones who are responsible for your safety, both internal and external. So it was basically a nod in that direction, and what started as a nod has sort of become whatever that you are talking about right now.
Your love for espionage and spy thrillers.
It's that you tap into bigger stories, and then you feel that okay, you've not said enough on that topic. The day I feel that yes, enough has been done by me in this realm, and there's nothing new for me to tap into, I'll stop talking in this genre.
You of course collaborated with Akshay Kumar on multiple projects, including Special 26, Baby, Rustam,
Right.
and many more. How has your rapport with him evolved over the years?
Extremely good. I mean, whether we are how we started, what we did together, and all the films that you mentioned right now. I mean, these are fantastic memories that we made on these films, and I mean, we keep looking forward to doing something or the other.
What is it that about Akshay Kumar that keeps drawing you to collaborate with him?
So on all the films, his ability to surrender to the material and the director. I mean, the ones that I directed and the ones that I didn't direct, we just produced. The ability to surrender to that vision, that sort of is the reason why we kept doing so much.
You know, you of course cast Sushant Singh Rajput as Dhoni. Beyond physical resemblance, what deeper qualities did he bring to make Dhoni portrayal authentic?
Commitment is the first thing that comes to my mind. The commitment that he showed, the hunger that he showed towards the character that he was about to play. He was at a very awkward stage in his life, because he was not doing too many films. A couple of his projects had sort of been deferred, and he was only and only available for this particular film at that point of time. So he gave it all. I mean, when it came to readings, when it came to going ahead and practicing in the nets, he gave it his all, and that's the reason why MS is what the film is.
What kind of person he was? Was he an introvert?
Yeah, but it's not that, I mean, he didn't like to speak about or whatever, but yeah.
Was he introvert? How do you remember him?
A fantastic person, a fantastic ally, and somebody who has worked on something which is a part of my filmography, and all the memories that we made again on that film is special.
Now, your other film, Auron Mein Ka Dum Tha, has a distinct romantic and softer tone. What drew you to this genre?
I wanted to tell that story. It's something that was exciting me, and I felt that I have not done this kind of a story. I have not done a musical, so why not? And that was the reason why I started it.
What has been your biggest takeaway then from Auron Mein Ka Dum Tha?
It was a film that gave me immense joy. Again, I wanted to tell that story. So I mean, again,
would you like to then let me put? Would you again like to make another love story in future?
If I have a story, why not? Yeah.
Do you have a story?
No, not at this moment.
So then, what role does music play in your storytelling?
A lot. It depends upon if there's space for it. Like I remember there was just one song, I think, in
Special 26?
26 had a lot of music actually, but Wednesday had no music. There was one number in Baby. There's just one song over there, and so the idea is not to put music deliberately into everything that you do, because then it would upset the balance of the narrative. So what you are constantly looking at is that whether the film merits music or not, the film merits songs or not, and if it does, how many, and then you work towards it. So that's the reason why Dhoni soundtrack is so good, so popular, because that film required that kind of a soundtrack. Yeah.
So then, do you work on the music on the script level when you're writing?
Yeah, it happens parallelly. Yeah, absolutely.
You've spoken about AI in Special Ops 2. As a producer, AI is of course impacting all stages of filmmaking today. How are you integrating it in your filmmaking at Friday Filmworks?
It obviously post, like you mentioned, becomes a big place for it to be used. So right now we are dealing with it in post. We are also looking at what all can be done with it. It's technology, right? So we have to still wait and explore and keep exploring to reach a stage where we can actually understand what all can be done with it. Yeah.
Like today, there are talks of artificial voices are being used. There's voice cloning happening. Some are creating text to video. Their apps have come. Have you given a thought or explore one of these venues?
No, we are in the process of setting up an AI studio, but what all are we going to chase in that is something that's being worked upon right now.
Saiyara has brought audiences back to the cinema. What would you like to say about the choices and the kind of stories that Gen Z is connecting with today?
See, this has been the age-old dilemma. What do audiences like? And more often than not, the community, the filmmaking community, has got it wrong, because suddenly we find ourselves as a place where at a place where we think that we have got a grip on that, and we stop respecting them for what they want. We think that we can impose certain things on them, and that's where the balance shifts. And time and again this is a cycle which sort of reinvents itself, and I strongly believe that we are at the cusp of the start of a new cycle, and hopefully filmmakers will benefit from that.
So then, what is the big plan about your production company, Friday Filmworks?
It's the same, that you keep on telling exciting stories. We are going to be making our slate of theatricals is now going to be consolidated, so we'll be making a lot more theatricals than what we have done post-COVID. Now that's the main agenda, so we are going to be making a few more than what we're going to catch up basically.
When will we see Neeraj Pandey directing his next theatrical film?
Next year.
Have you decided genre?
We'll talk about it at the right time.
And finally, you've been churning out some very good shows for OTT. What is it about this long format storytelling that fascinates you the most?
So storytelling in all forms fascinate me, whether it's a short film or whether it's a feature full length or the long form. The long form gives you a chance to attempt a totally different vocabulary. It's exciting because you've got to hold the audience's attention for like the amount of time that we spoke about, for 7 hours approximately. So the amount of stories and the stories within stories, the character build up that you can do, the experiments that you can sort of work on. It can only happen in this format. You can't do it with a 2-hour, 2.5-hour narrative. So as long as there's something new that you can experiment, we are always game for it, and we find it extremely exciting to travel back and forth between formats. So that's
you have
exciting.
two divisions. One is which is dedicated to film, and one is for OTT.
Yeah. Friday Storytellers is the one that looks basically more at what happens on OTT, and Friday Filmworks is what looks at.
And you're also making some interesting documentaries as well.
Yeah, we wanted to do this post-COVID, and we did 3 stories in that. We did Sinoli, the secret of the Kohinoor, and then the secret of the Buddha relics. And it's amazing how, I mean, I didn't expect that kind of response when we were doing this, because this was like a passion project. We wanted to do something in that space. Raghav was very excited, my assistant, he wanted to debut with that. And what started off just as an idea and something which was a very small passion project, suddenly I spoke to Manoj. Manoj was very excited to host it.
Manoj Vajpayee.
Yeah, Manoj Vajpayee. And suddenly this became like, and then when it came out, the response and the love that we got for this prompted us to do the next one, and then the last one that we did. So, I mean, these are extremely gratifying projects, and always very close.
Post-COVID, the box office is not responding the way it used to.
Yeah.
How that has impacted the film budgets?
There is a correction. I'll rather use the word correction than impact, and that's the nature of the business. I think when things are going good, people are flocking in, you need to have there is a certain point of view. But at the same time, when things are not working, you should quickly adapt to that rather than being stubborn about it, or living in a fool's paradise and closing your eyes and hoping that automatically things will happen and correct themselves. So what's happening, in my opinion, is correction. And I think the audience now, with the younger audience, will need to be a little more clear about not going by what people or pundits claim as trend. We should be respecting them, coming out with newer content, newer ideas, and hopefully that will stick.
When you say correction, that means as the star fees have become.
Not only that, everything. Things have become more expensive to shoot, so you will have to adapt to that as well. It's not just about one aspect, it's about the overall approach to the whole thing. Yeah.
So then what next can we expect from Neeraj Pandey?
Like I told you, I mean, there's a film in the works, so we'll be bringing something in the theatres next year.
We're looking forward to that and lots more from
much.
you. Thank you so much for your time and
Thank
all
you
the
so
best.
much. Thank you.
Thank you.